The room was dark. Not completely dark. The faint blue light from a phone screen softly illuminated the walls. Empty snack wrappers were scattered beside the bed. A half-finished bottle of water sat on the desk beside unopened books. Outside the window, the city was still awake. Cars moved. People laughed. Notifications echoed through the night. And in the middle of all of it, a teenage boy stared silently at his phone. Scrolling. 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 One reel after another. Funny videos. Sad edits. Anime clips. People showing perfect lives. Perfect bodies. Perfect friendships. Perfect happiness. And somehow, every swipe made him feel emptier. His eyes were tired. But his mind refused to rest. Because the moment he put the phone down, the thoughts returned. The overthinking. The guilt. The pressure. The feeling that something inside him was slowly breaking. He looked at the time. 3:11 a.m. He sighed. Just 5 more minutes. That was what he always said. 5 more minutes became 30. 30 became another hour. And another. Until suddenly, the darkness outside the window slowly began turning blue. Far was close. He knew it. He always knew it. And every single night, he made the same promise. Tonight I'll pray. But promises made at night often disappear before morning. He rubbed his eyes. His chest felt heavy. Not because he hated prayer. Not because he wanted to disobey Allah. But because somewhere along the way, life became louder than his soul. He opened another video. Then another. Then another. Until finally, without realizing it, he fell asleep. Phone still in his hand. Far alarm waiting silently beside him. The alarm. 5:02 a.m. The alarm rang. Softly at first. Then louder. A peaceful adhan tone echoed through the room. Hayya ala salah. Come to prayer. His eyes opened slightly. Just slightly. He looked at the screen. His heart knew. His soul knew. But his body felt like stone. He reached toward the phone. Paused for 1 second. Then pressed snooze. Silence returned. 10 minutes later. The alarm rang again. This time he didn't even open his eyes. He turned over. Pulled the blanket higher. And slept. Outside, the world slowly welcomed another morning. Birds began singing. The sky brightened. People walked toward the masjid. Some stood before Allah while the world slept. And he remained in bed, lost somewhere between exhaustion and guilt. The morning regret. 10:47 a.m. He woke up suddenly. His room was bright now. The sunlight hurt his eyes. For a few seconds, he forgot. Then he saw the missed alarms. 5:02, 5:12, 5:22. And his chest sank. Again. He slept through far again. The sentence echoed in his head like something heavy. He sat quietly on the edge of the bed. Phone in one hand. Silence in the other. People online were already posting. Morning routine. Gym grind. Productive day. Meanwhile, he couldn't even wake up for prayer. The guilt started whispering. You're weak. You'll never change. What kind of Muslim are you? He hated those thoughts. But they returned every morning. Especially after missing Fajr. Because deep down, he knew this wasn't just about sleep. It was about distance. Distance from Allah. Distance from peace. Distance from the person he wanted to become. He walked toward the bathroom. Splashed water on his face. Looked into the mirror. His eyes looked tired. Not physically. Spiritually. Like someone carrying invisible weight. And the scary part? Nobody around him noticed. To everyone else, he looked normal. He still laughed sometimes. Still sent memes. Still replied, I'm good. But inside, something felt empty. School. The classroom was loud. Friends joked. Teachers explained lessons. Chairs scraped against the floor. But his mind was somewhere else. He stared out the window, watching clouds move slowly. Thinking about nothing. Thinking about everything. He remembered being younger. Back when Salah felt easier. Back when his heart felt softer. Back when he used to make dua with certainty. What changed? Was it the phone? The distractions? The constant noise? Or was it him? His friend tapped his shoulder. You good? He forced a smile. Yeah, that word. Yeah, one of the most common lies lonely people tell. The teacher continued talking, but he barely listened, because another thought kept repeating in his mind. What if I never change? That question scared him more than anything. Not because he wanted to stay lost, but because trying and failing hurts. Especially when nobody sees the battle inside you. The walk home. The sun was setting. Golden light reflected off buildings. People hurried home. Some talked with friends. Some laughed loudly. But he walked alone. Hands in hoodie pockets. Earbuds in. Music drowning the silence. Because silence was dangerous. Silence forced him to think. And thinking led to guilt. He passed by a masjid. The adhan echoed beautifully. For a moment, he slowed down. His heart reacted before his mind did. Something inside him wanted to stop. Wanted to walk inside. Wanted to reconnect. But another voice whispered, "You'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow. The favorite lie of procrastination. So he kept walking. And the adhan slowly faded behind him. The night again. Night returned. Just like it always did. And somehow nights made loneliness louder. His room felt smaller after midnight. Thoughts became heavier. Memories replayed more clearly. He opened social media again. More scrolling. More distraction. More escaping. But escape never lasts forever. Eventually the heart catches up. He stopped on a video. An Islamic reminder. The speaker said, "Maybe the reason you feel empty is because your soul is starving." He froze. For some reason, that line hit differently. Because lately he had tried everything. Entertainment. Distraction. Endless scrolling.